Oi, punters, did you know that Australia is one of the best places in the world to launder money? Yeah, I know, who cares, right? Oh, well, you probably should, because you're the one paying the price for it. Dib, so am I. Oi, just hit the thumb on the video for me, would you? Yeah, cheers, punt. Lots of things are making Aussie houses expensive, and who'd have bloody thought that money laundering was one of those reasons? Let's take a look at how that plays out. If you've seen this video, skip it. Let's take a watch.
Location near the shops, 3 bedrooms. Do I have any opening? Yes, first bid to the man in the t-shirt, and we've got, yes, sold to the corporate entity operated behind a trust somewhere in the Caymans. Who cares? It's all yours, sir. Yep, it's ours. Yep. Sorry, who just bought that? Me and my commission are not legally required to care, so... Excuse me, are you this entity's lawyer? Can you tell me who bought this house I was trying to buy? I'm not legally required to tell you anything, so, here's your... Thank you. You're paid cash. Oh. How do you know that money hasn't come from any illegal activity? And that the person isn't just buying a house to launder cash? Oi, government, I think Australia has a bit of a money laundering problem. Oh, this is Australia. We wouldn't have any. 2017, the Commonwealth Bank got in trouble for it. One time. 2020, Westpac. Mistakes happen. Crown Casino, 2023. Just a one-off. Star Casino. Ladbrokes. Money laundering is rife through all New South Wales clubs and pokies. It's kind of what casinos are for, so... Oh, the NRL is getting in trouble for it? What do you expect from the NRL, though? So? Overseas criminals are buying Australian properties to launder their money, probably driving up house prices. All right, we've got a problem. What do you want me to do about it? Well, you were told 17 years ago that there was a problem with our money laundering laws. Okay, I'll take a look at those laws and I'll pass them on for further consultation with stakeholders.
So it turns out there is lots of money laundering going on in Australia, and Australia is awash with dirty money. Astonishingly, Australia is one of only 3 countries that have not extended its money laundering laws to cover these professionals like lawyers and real estate agents. Oh my gosh. You know who else hasn't? Haiti and Madagascar. We are in the same camp as Haiti and Madagascar when it comes to money laundering. What the hell? Australia has become the destination of choice for the flow of illicit funds, particularly for corruption-related proceeds, which often do end up in the property market. Awesome. But why should you care? Well, because of that scenario just right there, is because when you go to buy a house, probably in the top end if you're a privileged punter, buying an expensive house, lots of different criminal organizations will come in, they've got their dirty drug money, and they go, how do we make this legitimate? Let's buy a property with it. And because many of the players involved in buying a house are not legally required to disclose lots of information, they can get away with buying a house with their dirty money. Then when they sell their house, would you look at that? Where'd you get the money from, sir? Drugs. I mean, that house I just bought in Australia. Fair enough. Seems legit. There are many professionals currently facilitating money laundering within the country who are exempt from the laws and regulations set up to stop it. Well, would you look at that? 9 people were arrested for money laundering connected to a Chinese-Australian syndicate, shifting, that moved $10 billion offshore and amassed $150 million in luxury assets and properties. So I guess we do have a bit of a problem. In order to do this complex bit of money washing, they rely on lawyers, accountants, and real estate professionals to do such money laundering. And these industries, would you look at that, these are the industries that are currently not regulated by our anti-money laundering laws. Now, why is this a problem? Well, because dirty money inflates housing, fuels gang violence, exacerbates foreign interference in our politics, and enables, human trafficking and wildlife trafficking. That's weird. So money laundering is not great on a few levels, and we are always the ones standing there to foot the bill. You're footing the bill when you go to bid on a house and you're bidding against some unknown foreign entity with bottomless bits of cash, because that person bidding does not care what the price of the house is. They have a lot of money they want to put into that house, however much it costs. The more the better, to be honest, because then they can sell it and clean their money. It also fuels gang violence and brings criminal entities to our shores. Who do you think pays the salaries of the cops and the ASIO and all these security people to filter out these criminal syndicates? Yeah, we do. Taxpayers do. So it costs us more money in order to deal with this level of crime, and it's coming here for one reason, because we are a great spot to launder money. Here's the real kicker. Money laundering also results in reduced revenues for governments. You know what that means? Government's short of revenue. Where does it go to get it? That's right, you, me, we punters. We're the ones that foot the bill when the government finds itself short of money. Oi, this video is brought to you by the Punters Politics podcast. Check it out everywhere you get podcasts. New episodes every Wednesday. Back to it. What's the problem? Well, in 2006, the government passed anti-money laundering laws under John Howard. Well done. However, soon after it passed these laws, numerous weaknesses were identified. One major weakness was the fact that a wide range of professionals were operating outside the traditional financial system. This includes, guess who? Real estate professionals, lawyers, accountants, and dealers of precious stones. Now, what's the problem with excluding these types of professionals? Well, these types of professionals are exactly the professionals that are used to disguise the true ownership of companies and trusts through the use of associated or fake identities. So our lawyers and accountants are being used in organised crime activities across Australia. Cool. So Johnny Howard in 2006 passed the first lot of money laundering laws. They discovered, hey, these aren't good enough. So then they promised a second tranche of reforms. And then for almost 20 years, both governments of Labor and Liberal have done absolutely nothing to introduce the second tranche of reforms, which would finally start to regulate these lawyers, accountants, and real estate agents. Remember those characters. Now, along comes Anthony Albanese, because Australia finally joins global efforts to stop terrorists getting easy finance. Attorney General Mark Dreyfus has announced that Australia will adopt the Tranche 2 reforms that were put forward almost 20 years ago. Sounds good. When was this article put out? Hang on. This was a year ago. Well, they must have passed by now, haven't they? No, they haven't. Why not? Well, it might be because the Law Council and the property lobby are lobbying hard against it. Because guess who loves getting easy cash into their pockets from buyers that don't care about what they're buying? That's right. It's lawyers and property lobbyists. You want to see what it looks like when a politician is selling punters out wholesale? Remember, lawyers, accountants, and property developers currently not regulated by it. They're the ones being used to launder money. They're the very people against any regulation to stop this because they're the ones getting the money from the criminals laundering their money. Let's take a look at what a Liberal senator in Parliament has to say about these rules.
Let's be clear about what we're talking about here. Money laundering and terrorism financing are serious issues.
Well done. Excellent. Yeah, no points for pointing out the obvious. Continue.
And we agree with the government that they are serious issues.
Excellent.
In fact, that's why the Coalition passed the Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorism Financing Act in 2006.
That's right. 20 years ago, you did a tiny little thing about it. Let's continue. This was only 9 days ago, by the way.
The Attorney-General has now introduced 165 pages of dense and highly technical legislation that businesses saw for the first time just 8 days ago.
Okay. No, we'll keep going.
Implementing this bill is estimated to result in an additional regulatory burden of $13.9 billion.
Oh no, that sounds like a lot. Sounds bad.
These costs will apply to more than 100,000 businesses. This includes 90,000 new businesses who have never had to deal with the complex financial regulatory.
Now watch closely. This is what it looks like when a Liberal Party politician is selling you out in favour of the people she really serves.
Scheme, and it appears that overwhelmingly they are small businesses. What sort of businesses are we talking about? We're talking about business in country towns, country town lawyers who run small practices in rural.
Think of the poor country town lawyers who run small business. It's like just roll out the little tropes of, think of the poor small business, the poor farmer on his field with his little hut with lawyer written on it in Sharpie. Well, how's he going to manage and deal with all of these extra regulations and burden? Oh, the government and its red tape.
Rural and regional areas. We're talking about accountants who do the tax for cafes and bookshops and mums and dads.
She's really just gone down the exact mums, dads, cafes. Think of all the small businesses, why don't you?
Who engage someone to help with their financial affairs. We're talking about the real estate agents who manage your sales and your rentals.
Those poor real estate agents making record profits on properties that have never seen higher prices in their entire lives.
If you impose $1.85 billion in new upfront costs on businesses that help you buy a property, what does that do to the cost of your home? This is a new home buying tax by stealth. And we are...
Well played, Liberal Party. Just call everything a tax. We've made everyone hate taxes, so just call anything, even if it's not a tax, call it a tax. And then people will go, yeah, taxes are bad. Okay.
driving the small law firms closer to the wall with increasing regulatory burdens.
We've seen enough of this. So what she's doing is trying to wrap up these large multi-million dollar industries and cosplay them as poor mum and pop small businesses, hoping and knowing that people will just hear the word small business and go, oh, blasted government red tape, that sucks. I'll tell you what's happening now without the government red tape. You're paying more for your properties because you're bidding against criminals. You're paying more in tax dollars because the government is bringing in less tax revenue because of money laundering. Only 2 other countries haven't done something like this, and it's Haiti and Madagascar. Are these the countries we want to put ourselves in alignment with? What it is doing everything they can to defend the interests of Australia's most powerful and wealthy corporations and industries by dressing them up as small businesses. It's a scam. It's a lie, and people fall for it every single day of the week. You know how you know that this politician is in the pocket of these very wealthy real estate agents, property developers, accountants, and lawyers? Well, all you need to do is look at her voting record. What has Senator Ann Ruston voted for? Well, she's voted for reducing taxes on high income earners. Seems about right. She's voted for reducing the corporate tax rate. Yep. She's voted against increasing political transparency. She's voted against restricting foreign ownership, of course. She's voted against increasing consumer protections. So she really actually doesn't care about the consumers. She's voted against increasing restrictions on gambling. Once again, showing you the company she keeps. She's voted against stopping tax avoidance and aggressive tax minimization. She votes in favour to give our resources away for free. She voted against a banking royal commission, which turned out to expose some of the worst wrongdoing of Australians' banks in history. So on the right side of history there, Anne. She voted against a royal commission into robo-debt. Oh yeah, did anything come out of robo-debt? Oh, that's right, just some suggested criminal convictions and the fact that the government was breaking the law. No wonder she votes against government accountability. She voted against making our gas more affordable. She voted against creating a federal anti-corruption commission. Are we seeing a theme? Less government oversight, more government money to private corporations. She votes against increasing transparency of big business, making information public. Sounds about right. She votes against protecting whistleblowers. Oh yeah. I wonder why she would be against protecting whistleblowers. Oh, that's right. Because punters like Troy Stolz that blow the whistle on places like Clubs New South Wales for, I don't know, money laundering, get sued and taken to federal court and go bankrupt trying to defend themselves. We wouldn't want to protect anyone exposing money laundering. No, we want to protect the money laundering. We know that many politicians, like Senator Ann Ruston, are not on your team. When they stand up in Parliament with a straight face and claim that they're doing what they're doing to protect small business, you know it's a scam, you know it's a lie, because all they're doing is protecting the millions and millions of dollars that are flowing to lawyers, accountants, and real estate agents, no matter where that money is coming from, and no matter what the cost is for you Aussie punters buying a house, or for your increased tax dollars picking up the bill in lost revenue, or paying your cops more to root out the criminal organisations that come here as a result of Australia becoming the destination of choice for the flow of illicit funds. So it's been almost 20 years, Labor and Liberal governments doing bugger all to stop this problem. And as always, we Aussie punters are the ones left holding the bag, picking up the bill. It's 2024. Will these bills pass? I wouldn't hold your breath. So next time you hear a politician standing up in Parliament talking about small businesses and country towns, look at their voting record. Because odds are they've taken their talking points from the Law Council or the property lobby and not from we the punters. Massive thanks to We the Punters over on Patreon. These are the punters that keep me making the videos that I think are important rather than the ones that just get the clicks. Hit the like, subscribe, and bell icon so you stay up to date when I drop the next video. Share this with a punter who might not know just how scammed we're getting, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers, punts.